Well, hello and welcome back. So, the math dealer here, and today we are going to talk about factoring. Yes, the dreaded word factoring. Okay, so really quick. So oftentimes my students are like, come on, Dealman, why are we doing factoring? Just remember this. Factoring is a way of taking a difference, meaning a subtraction, and turning it into a product. That's huge. Scale from one to big, very. All right. Now, the classic one you always see is a squared minus b squared equals a plus b times a minus b. Okay, well, that's lovely. But I actually go a little step further, and I might say box squared minus triangle squared, because it doesn't matter what's in my box and what's in my triangle. We are always going to factor it in this pattern because we are taking the difference between two perfect squares and rewriting them into a product. So taking a difference and turning it into multiplication. Crazy fun. All right. So you're probably thinking, all right, dealer, let's go. Come on. These videos need to be short. We got to get to this point. So directions are always going to say factor completely. And when I say completely, I mean completely. So you definitely make sure you note to self, look for that GCF. Don't forget the greatest common factor. Okay, so first example, x squared minus 36. So you say to yourself, okay, what's acting as my box? Well, my box here is the x. Well, what's acting as my triangle? Well, the triangle is the 6. How did I get 6? Because it's the square root of 36. And then I just feed it into my little formula. Box minus triangle, and then box plus triangle. And guess what? That is the factored form completely of x squared minus 36. I know, you're like, whoa, is it really that easy, dealer? Yes, it is. So let's step our game up. 49y squared minus 25. You're not scared, no siree. What you just need to do is figure out, okay, what's acting as my box and what's acting as my triangle? My box is the square root of 49y squared, which, oh, by the way, is 7y. My triangle is the square root of 25, which we all know and love to be 5. Feed it into the formula. Box minus triangle, dun 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 dun. Box plus triangle. So here we go. We're going to have 7y minus 5. Wait for it. Yeah, you got it. 7y plus 5. And that's how you factor it. That's how you factor the difference of two squares. And then you're probably saying to yourself, hey, self, you know what? We get a little bit more complicated. We're kind of cool. We're high school students. We step our game up. So now you're looking at this guy. You have 2x squared minus 18, and you say to yourself, wait a minute. Those aren't perfect squares. But, dun 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 dun, if you factor out a GCF, you're left with x squared minus 9. Don't ask me why I keep saying dun 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 dun. That's kind of crazy of me. Okay, I'll try not to do that anymore. Now, look what you got. You have the difference of two squares, x squared minus 9. So that 2 is just going to sit on that side. My box is x. My triangle is 3. Why? Because the square root of x squared is x, and the square root of 9 is 3. So I get x minus 3 and x plus 3. Crazy fun. I know. You're like, whoa, we're going so fast. I think she has time for some more. And you're right, I do. Let's go even a little bit further and maybe do 20a squared minus 45b squared, right? Well, you're looking at the a squared and the b squared, and you're saying, okay, well, that's interesting. But they're not perfect squares. 20 and 45 are not perfect squares. So you have to do that little, hey, what's common, right? So what number goes into 20 and 45, right? Well, a GCF that goes into both of them, oh, by the way, is 5. That's going to leave me with a 4a squared minus a 9b squared. But we're not done yet. No siree, right? We're going to sit there and say, wait a minute. I could factor that because 4a, yeah, he's a perfect square. 9b squared, oh yeah, he's a perfect square. My 5 is just sitting around for the party. He's like, dude, I'm just going to chill out here. I'm going to have a little fun. Let's go with it. Okay, cool. So here's my box. Here's my triangle. And now, grand finale. Final answer, alert the media. Yep, 5 times box minus triangle and box plus triangle. I know, you're like, really, dealer? Is it really that simple? Why, yes, it is. All right, here. Let me give you guys one to try. 2x to the fourth r minus 72y to the fourth r. All right, be sure to pause the video. Okay, welcome back. Hopefully what you did here is you factored out a 2r, and you were left with x to the fourth minus 36y to the fourth. And you're like, okay, well, this is weird. X to the fourth and a y to the fourth, yeah, they are perfect squares. Remember, to take a square root of a power, basically just take the power and cut it in half. That's how you take a square root. So in other words, if I was taking the square root of x to the sixth, it's actually x cubed. Now, you math teachers, yeah, I'm going to talk about absolute value and all that kind of stuff, but not right now. We're just trying to kick out some factoring. Okay, so here we go. 2r, and then I have an x squared minus 6y squared, and then an x squared plus 6y squared. I know, super excited. All right, I know this video is going a little bit longer than my standard time. However, if you want to just try one more, just one more, look at this guy. Crazy, right? Again, x to the fourth, remember what we said, just take the power, cut it in half. 81, don't cut that in half, take the square root of 81, which, oh, by the way, is 9. So then when you factor it, you get x squared minus 9, and then x squared plus 9. Then you go, whoa, 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 whoa. Wait a minute. I'm pretty good with this difference of two squares. And oh, by the way, x squared minus 9 is a difference of two squares. So, yep, take it one more step. But just please, 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 right? Do not try to factor the sum of two squares. It does not factor in our real number system. All right, so that's it. That's all it is to do a difference of two squares. Just remember, the pattern goes box squared minus triangle squared. Yeah, box minus triangle and box plus triangle. All right, I hope this video was helpful. This is the Math Dealer signing out.